everyone. Welcome to The Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. I am Maria Cribbs.
And I am Josh Cribbs. Welcome to The Return.
Another beautiful day, baby. Last time we were here, viewers, shout out to y'all watching and supporting the show. But last time we were here, we were facing Indiana Pacers against the Cavs. Our home team, the Cavs, did not come away with the victory. I would like to say it's Josh Cribbs' fault.
I'm going to ignore that.
No, last time we were here, we were telling you that we got invited, from the Cavs to join the game, and Josh got to pull what is it called? The sword? What is that?
Yes, pulling the sword out of what do you call it?
What is that?
I don't know what it's called. You
the
pull out, but it's a sword pull. It's like,
it's
like the Browns with the guitar smash.
There you go, right there, the beginning of the game. I'm thinking Josh going to be the good luck charm. Oh, what, you want to watch the video?
No, I wanted yours. I want to rate this sword pull.
Like
right? Have you seen other people do a Stipe or anybody else?
The only person I've seen do it is Mark Price, who did it, I think, the week before, or the game before you.
Because
How do you do it?
Maria was giving me a lot of heat when I was doing this.
Yeah. You anticipated it. You're like.
Right. So I was trying to do something to have some fun with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, the crazy thing is, I didn't see that the Cavs posted this until after the game. And they had already took an L. But I had a fun time, but I didn't see this. I'm like, I could have posted it because I was so into the game. I thought this was good.
I thought
it was good.
So out of 10, you guys give me a rating. Because I'm going to put this online. Yeah. Out of 10, knowing that somebody is probably a 10 to the fans, not depicting not rating it off of who did it. I'm not the biggest star out there, but rate it based off of how you feel I did.
Ryan, what did the guy do the week before? Anything special?
No,
I think he swiped the neck or something. I think Stipe
did that, which I think that was hardcore.
Yeah.
Did the Cavs do his footage like this one right here?
I don't remember it, to be honest.
Because I'm saying, Josh, I think what you did, your performance was about a 2.5 out of 10.
Wow,
but the way that the
terrible.
Cavs content creation team got the lights behind you, got the fire going, got the mascot right there, and the crowd behind you.
I think they do that for everybody.
The angles made it look like a 10.
The angles.
10s across the board. Because of the Cavs content creation team and how they just
okay, I wanted a legit. No,
you did good, baby. 10 out of 10.
I don't want the 10 out of 10.
Oh,
I want a legit.
Win. I can't win.
No, it ain't about you can't win it. I'm just saying because you was giving me a lot of flack. Like, man, don't embarrass us.
I said do something entertaining. I said do something fun.
Well, was that fun and entertaining to you?
I thought so. Hold on. What would you? I'm just curious. What would you rate yourself?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I need peer review.
Okay, Ryan. Ryan.
I like it. I like the anticipation, like the pull. Like you're not totally pulling out yet. Like you're making it seem like it's like a little tough. You can't just pull it out, otherwise it would be anticlimactic. I thought you did a good job of anticipating the sword pull, and it's not like you took too long. You eventually got it out, and I like the performance, the holding it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
You did good.
So you guys are being nice.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I did a bad job, but so if you had to rate it, give me a score.
I give you a...
Seriously, not because you're my wife or my friend or the producer.
First of
all... Just be real.
I'm going to keep it real.
If it was a bunch of other ones, if you were rating a competition and I was first, what would you give it?
There's only so much you can do.
Right.
And
so that you take that in consideration.
First of all, you Josh Cribbs.
No, you can't take that in consideration.
Josh Cribbs. You took
give me a number.
Your evening to come down there and support the Cavs, which you were hoping they would come.
Give me a number.
I give you a 10. I thought you did a great job because some celebrities don't have. Brian, have you ever met someone who you're a fan of and you're like, oh my God, their personality sucks?
That's a good question.
You know what I'm saying? Have you?
Off the top of my head, I want to say no.
Okay,
but
your time is coming. It's coming, and you're going to be so disappointed because sometimes they're like a snooze fest. They're boring, and then sometimes they're just not on. I feel like you still show personality. You didn't go out there and just say, "You." You was
I
into
get that.
it.
I get that. Ryan, your turn.
Me, baby.
Your turn.
I'd give it an 8.
Okay.
Like I said, like Maria said, there's not really much you can do.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I like the anticipation, the build up.
Right. Thank you. I'm gonna put this on social.
Oh yeah.
And I want the fans, and I'm gonna preface it with, I know the Cavs lost. But if you had to rate it and you was judging it, or you seen others, what would mine be? And I know the fans, they don't care because they in the internet. They in the internet world.
Hold on, what did the comments say?
The comments was roasting me because we lost. No, I'm not gonna say that.
What
So
happened?
you know how you only look at bad comments?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A lot, and I only scroll.
What
You
is
know,
that?
I seen a lot of love though. It was a lot of cribs, this and that. Somebody even said something like to the effect of, like, oh, that you made us lose.
Oh, that's what
And
I'm
then
saying.
and then said, no, I'm just kidding. We love you, Crib.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they couldn't help themselves. But some people was like, oh, no wonder we lost. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Because again, I posted this. I accepted the invite after the game. I think it was like the next day. Or when I was driving home. I didn't see it.
Accepted the invite after the game.
Collaboration with the Cavs.
Oh yeah.
So I think we had a great time. Last time we were on the show, we were talking about, me doing that, us being hosted by the Cavs and going to pull that out in the sword out in the beginning of the game. I made a little clip of, how the game kind of went, and let's talk about it after the video.
All right.
Ryan, could you play that for us? Great opportunity to be hosted by the Cavs. Got an opportunity to pull the sword out during the pregame and just hype up the crowd. Unfortunately, we know the Cavs lost. My family and I, we stuck around at the end when the clock ticked 0-0. We just clapped it up for them. I know how I feel to take those losses. After all the hard work you put into it, they didn't lose it because they gave up on themselves or the team or the city. A lot of years, our fans would leave before the end of the game because it was completely over. And I used to hate that from the bottom. I used to just hate it. It just make us feel even worse. After I'm leaving it all out there on the field, our fans would just be gone, man. And it was the fans that stuck around that made me love this city like I do, because at my lowest, after these losses, there would be fans there that stuck around, clapping it up for us, pointing us out by name. Cribs, you did it, man. You put your all out there, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. I love that so much. It lifted me up. I'm going to play for them. I'm going to play for those diehard fans, and that's what I did. And I get it. Fans, I know you got to beat traffic. You done spent a lot of money, it's late, you're mad, I get it. So I understand how it feels for those Cavs players. From one pro to others, Donovan Mitchell, Garland, Mobley, even Hunter coming in at the end. Allen, you guys gave us all a lot to cheer for, to be proud of, to invest in your season. Man, thank you, man. We appreciate y'all. Guardians, you up, baby. Dogs, y'all got next.
I was one of those people saying, let's hear it, let's head out. Let's go.
I'm glad you could be honest.
Transparency.
That's what I want to talk about briefly. After losses, before losses, we lost a lot. And especially the Pittsburgh games or in conference games, when our fans would kind of dominate the stadium until, the score, we get behind early, or we get behind at a crucial moment in the fourth quarter, everyone's gone. And then the Steelers, we can just look back in history at how many times an opposing team took over our stadium at the end. And a lot of it, our fans are so diehard. I get the passion. It's anger. That's why I like, Maria, watching games at home, Ryan, because I can get my anger off. Nobody don't have to see me throw a tantrum. And I can still save face. Like, I watched the game. Yeah.
And with you,
but I done had several tantrums.
When you go to the game, though, Josh, too many people be in your face talking to you. You can't really
and
watch
that's me.
The game.
But no, it's not. I'm not making it personal to like me. I mean to the point, me, the fan.
Oh.
Right? So I get fans leaving and having that anger, like, tag my team. But for me, as a player, like I said on the video, putting it all out there on the field, Ryan, and leaving it all out there, and I just exhausted myself, and then our fan base gone, majority of them. And I'm like, what the? And then the Steelers fans taking over, and it hurt, because I'm like, man, why am I busting myself, for guys that are not here anymore? And I did walk off a lot, and there were fans still there. And again, I said it in the video. Is that a good feeling? Not a good feeling. Do you think players have the right to be upset at that, knowing that they took L's, though, that they lost? And should fans change, maybe?
Yeah, I'd understand it from an athlete's point of view, but also, from my point of view, obviously I wasn't not an athlete at the professional or any level like that. As a fan, like, It is disappointing when you spend your time and money and you go see and it ends up being an awful product, especially when you have a history of being an awful product. And unfortunately for the Browns, that came with a lot of losses. There weren't many exciting people, but the majority of people there were to see you because half the time the only electric plays we got were on kickoff returns or Phil Dawson was chipping 60-yard field goals.
Go, baby.
So other than that, it's pretty disappointing. So I understand both, especially if it's a crappy day out.
But what about the Cavs?
Cavs are a little different.
Playoff situation.
Playoffs. Like, I would never leave a Browns playoff game. They could be down 45 points. You'd never leave. I guess maybe the Cavs is different because you've been accustomed to this team making the playoffs a lot, and it's just such a disappointing end result. And for the way it ends again, I guess I understand it a little bit.
Maybe not regular season. Should there be a fan etiquette that if a team is in the playoffs, I know it kind of like a thing that you just said, like we make the playoffs a lot as far as like the basketball team, our Cavs.
Yeah.
But it's still a tough thing to do. And it's the second round. It's still, even though we feel like, man, we're there and we shouldn't go back, right? Because we made it there last year. And we got put out by, I think, the Knicks, I believe. And it's something that's, I think, we take for granted as a fan base, especially here in Cleveland.
I think it's also a problem, the fact of the people that earn the best seats, they're just, a lot of times, they're the richer people. They don't appreciate the sport as much. I feel like when you go to the court side, it's a lot of, obviously, moguls. People who have a lot of money. They know they can afford to come back and get the good seats. Meanwhile, a diehard, is in the nosebleeds. And, it's harder to stick out when you're in a nosebleed, obviously it's a lot different than if you're
definitely.
That's why I always make my way down there. Any concert I go to, I might start off in the nosebleeds, but I'm going to end up right there in front of the stage.
One of them, like, the ticket people got, ma'am, can I see your ticket? Can I see your stub?
Like, I don't hear nothing.
Can I see your ticket stub? Ma'am,
I'm making my way to the front.
They making eye contact.
I feel what you're saying.
You.
I feel what you're saying, Josh. But I think sometimes too, like Josh has never, and Ryan, me and Josh will get into it about this, like after his games, he for some reason in the friends and family section, me and my family, we be the last ones down there. And I'm like, is Josh taking a bubble bath? Like, what is he in the locker room doing, right? And you don't understand. Like, sometimes we're there hours before the game. We outside tailgating. We're pre-gaming. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we done been in this stadium about 6-7 hours. I know you done played a 3-4 hour game.
Right.
We done been here an additional 3 hours. We're ready to go.
Right.
And then traffic on top of that. Well, I will say, when it comes to those Cavs games, unlike the Browns games, I don't know what was going on when you were playing. The traffic was horrible. Well, maybe it's more fans. Is it more fans for the Browns?
No, I think it was horrible either way. And if you leave,
not the Cavs, they get that traffic under control.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because if they're leaving early before the game is over, a lot of them beating a rush.
Traffic. Yeah.
So I get that. I was down there representing though. I had the new Browns hat. This is the new NFL hat that came out with the 2025 year.
Cavs gear to a Cavs game. Why are you wearing
the
Browns gear to a Cavs
problem was they gave me all the gear. Shout out to the Cavs.
Joni Allen, thank you, girl.
And I wanted to put it all on, but it was like I was in place, and it was like a never stopping. Like we didn't really have time to like stop and change and everything like that. But I did want to represent.
But hold on, if you could get a Cavs jersey, whose jersey would it be?
See, I tend not to get the star.
Why? He always
goes
for the
supporting
underdog.
I love the underdogs.
I understand that.
I love the guy.
Are you the same way?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love getting the guy that, don't nobody know about this. And rep that proudly because I was that guy. Right. I started out as that guy. So to wrap it up, to put a pretty bow on it, I'm just asking, should there be a fan etiquette that when your team makes the playoff, that we are grateful enough of a fan base to, even if they lose, they're out of it, and now they can't, don't advance, that we stick around and clap them, because that was the last game, and stick around like we did, like I forced you to do, and give those guys a round of applause because they had an awesome season. That's all I'm saying. The fan etiquette. And I get all the other nuances, but that's all I'm saying.
Is y'all stick around because we got more return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Smart Choice Windows. Energy-efficient products at an affordable price. Visit smartchoicewindows.com today.
Welcome back to the return. Now, Josh, I feel you. I was just tired. I was ready to go. I'm like, all right, come on, we losing. Let's go ahead and head home. We can listen to it on. I actually like listening to it on the radio too.
Right, but it's the only time we like listening to it. We will listen to Browns games
Jimmy Donovan.
with the late Jimmy Donovan.
You're right.
And it was as if we were there.
Exciting. Yeah.
And I would mute, even when I would have my phone and watching the game, I would mute the game and listen to the radio of Jimmy Donovan.
Right.
You know, so rest in peace, Jimmy
So Cribs,
Donovan.
he's urging fans to stick around even when your team is losing. But I will say, though, the fans that stick around, those are the ones that get the autographs. They get the gloves. So, you know, make your way on down
I'm
there.
just saying, as a fan, if your team, if you saw the fight in them, I didn't think the Cavs gave up. I just thought they were just beat.
Right.
They flat out were beat.
Right.
You know, whether it be a coaching thing, whether it be a shooting thing, it wasn't like they weren't trying. And they put all the effort in the game. And when your team does that, football, basketball, baseball, I think, you know, you applaud the effort.
Right.
You know, so before we get into Browns, Maria, you got anything for us?
Well, I wanted to follow up. A few weeks ago, Josh and I told you how, we ordered a dump truck and cleaned up the high force. Josh cleaned the house. And I want to show you a video.
Forced me.
I posted a video.
I want that to be clear.
It would ignite other people to stand and try to throw their whole house in the trash.
Yeah.
So look at the video. We're going to come back and discuss it.
You ever been in one of those moods where you felt like you just wanted to throw everything away? Just throw the whole house in the trash? Yeah, I'm in that mood. I don't know what's come over me, y'all. I have never done anything like this. And I am in a season in my life where I'm like, everything must go. I done got me a dumpster, y'all. I'm throwing the whole house in the trash. I got probably over 200 books. I'm gonna set them to the side and just donate them somewhere. I'm throwing just stuff that has been stuck and stagnant and just sitting in my house for decades, like untouched. I have things I haven't touched in probably 10 years in my home. It has to go. Maria, what are you holding on to? But you don't need no old, you just don't need old stuff. Like, I feel like in order for me to receive new blessings, I have to let go of what was. Now, I thought about donating some things and selling some things, but at this point, I'm like, you go to certain places to donate your stuff, and even though you know it's like a luxury item or you know it's expensive, they're not giving you, I don't have time for that. Everything must go. I got one of the big joints too. I got the big boy. Josh over here, man, he had no idea. He up there trying to hide his stuff. Cause you know when I start throwing away stuff, it's over, baby. Like, it's over. You're gonna come in the house, it's gonna just be couches and groceries. Ambush?
I do. I didn't know we were doing this type of work.
You okay with this?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm okay.
You know I'm going to your closet first, right?
Nah. I see you went to the office first.
Josh felt like we should have people come over.
Okay, so as y'all see, I pretty much feel like I did ambush Josh. He thought I was moving out. He said, "What did I do?"
I was like, I thought somebody was backing up in the wrong drive. I'm like, take that dump truck out. Like somebody done backed the dump truck up here.
That was there. I thought Maria was moving out. You probably was going to have a party, wasn't you?
I was like, the balloons ain't.
No, but Josh, they say if you haven't touched something in over a year, you don't need it. We've been in that house since 2007. There's things down in the basement, even in our closets, that we have not touched in over 10 years. We don't need it. You know what I mean? It felt so therapeutic to get some of those things, to get rid of some of those things. But a lot of people in my comments were applauding me, saying they want to do it too, or they've done it and they felt so great. But then some people were like, well, why didn't you just have a yard sale? Why didn't you just give those things away?
Ryan.
I've done all that. I've never had a yard sale.
We don't have, it wasn't like cheap stuff. It was like.
Some stuff still had tags on it.
They had value.
And I went down to Plato's
like,
Closet one time trying to
I'm
sell
like,
clothes.
I had my J's, stuff that I bought because I had a Nike contract and the money never carried over. So if you didn't spend it, you lost it. So I'll just buy shoes and the shoes will collect, and
so
I
did keep the shoes.
Yeah,
and
we
I kept
them. They in the garage getting spider webs right now.
I got 500 pairs of shoes and probably 500 books. I'm
they're
gonna
size
find a way.
12.
I'm gonna find a place for those. But when people are like, "Oh, you had a yard sale. You should have done this." Y'all don't know how much energy it takes to collect everything, gather it up, separate it for a yard sale, or to put stuff in my truck.
We didn't even take
car,
the books to where they're supposed to go yet. The books are still sitting there in boxes.
It's still there. Sometimes when you're done, though, you're done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, honestly, Ryan, when you moved out, your mom probably was like, okay, I'm glad he got all this crap out of here. And now she probably freshened up her house. It just feels relieving to be able to, look around your house.
As soon as Ryan left, they lit balloons.
Mom
like, we got them
turn
out.
his room into a closet. What your mom
we
do?
got them out.
What your mom do with your room, Ryan?
Well, she's actually getting ready to move as well, so it actually kind of worked out perfectly. But she was grateful I got all my stuff out. I still have some stuff there that she's been trying to get me to come get rid of.
So that's probably what they told you.
Yeah.
Like Ryan, we're moving. So you know how you you act
do,
like
Ryan?
when a guest stay too long, you act like you about to go somewhere.
I'm moving. Where you going?
Like I'm moving.
Yeah.
They hit him like the brothers, like the Will Ferrell movie. Like we're moving, guys. So you gotta do something.
Yeah.
So Ryan got his own place. And they like, you know what? It is the house
nice,
is more
yeah.
spacious
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look, I did want to have a follow up to the video though, because a lot of people were. I posted in addition to that some shoes and things that you own that I'm gonna try to give away, and I started thinking like. They were saying local high schools have students showing up to the weight rooms for workouts in flip-flops and slides. They don't have any shoes. And I don't want to offend anyone. Like, do you think that's offensive? I don't want to feel like I'm above someone to be like, here's my hand-me-downs. Because honestly, I wore some of my cousin's hand-me-downs, so I'm not.
No, I don't think you should feel like that at all. You give it to the coach, you give it to the school, they will pass them out. They will look at them and see, they know who needs it. They will go to them discreetly and give those things to them, the people that need it.
Okay.
You know, our friend Karan does it. You know, my brother, he gives stuff to people discreetly, other people in need. And it's not like, here, you need something. Like, you know, it's not to demean anyone.
Okay. All right. Well, so that was that. So I threw the house away, and I feel great about
She
it.
keeps saying she threw the house away.
I did. Look, I'm so excited about it. So were we going to talk sports?
Yeah, let's do that.
Sports coming up next. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Fairway Ford, the largest inventory of new Ford trucks, the lowest pricing, and same hometown level of service. Visit fairwayfordohio.com today.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Now, this segment right here is brought to you by our friends over at Pure AV. Now, Pure AV specializes in sales, service, and installation of a variety of smart home technologies. They do it all. They can help you get the perfect sports watching setup with their high-performance audio and video displays. They even offer hidden audio and video options that allow you to keep a clean, elegant interior without sacrificing your favorite technology. Pure AV can set you up with invisible architectural speakers that are hidden in your walls and ceilings, as well as disappearing TVs that vanish behind art or mirror. Visit pureavcorp.com today to see everything they offer for your home. I was just trying to lead the Cavs game in enough time. You know, if you know.
Here's the excuses.
Oh.
Because she wasn't a diehard. It's okay. Everybody was leaving. We get it.
You could have a Cavs arena set up if you call Pure AV. It was that. Like, they had just TVs every... Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
If you want to spruce up your home,
I get it.
Go to pureav.corp.
Okay.
Okay, Browns?
Yeah,
What?
let's do something real quick.
Uh-huh.
We understand what's going on right now. It's a quarterback battle, quarterback competition.
Right.
I don't think we got every need that the Browns, you know, went in to get, meaning we didn't get any offensive linemen in the draft. I think we picked up a few in free agency and, you know, things of that nature. I think we will acquire some more. Maybe in defense, you know, we didn't really draft anybody and make any splashes in that area. What record, Ryan? I want you to give me an early prediction from what they have. Give me an early prediction.
Yeah, funny. I was talking about that this morning, actually. I'll go, the over-under they said is 4.5. I'm going to go 6 wins for the Browns. 5
That's
or 6,
crazy.
I feel comfortable. Like, a lot of people, I'm not saying the Browns are going to be great. I
Right.
understand why people don't. But I don't think it's that far-fetched to say the Browns aren't going to be a bad football team. Like,
Right.
I would say bad football teams, you're winning 5 or less games. And, like, yeah, 6, 7, that's not a successful season, but I'm talking about really bad teams. And I don't think the Browns are like that. Like, they have too much talent. I don't think it's that crazy that last year you bring in Ken Dorsey, you try to have this philosophical shift on offense to make it work with Deshaun Watson. The season goes bad, he gets hurt. Everything that you kind of built towards that, it just kind of it went awry. This season,
That's
you go back
crazy.
to some roots, Kevin Stefanski's West Coast offense. You figure out one of these guys, they could just be a competent game manager-ish quarterback. You pound the ball, you get 2 rookie running backs with no tread on them, 2 tight end sets. Go back to that Kevin Stefanski offense that they were successful with, and I don't think it's crazy. I trust Andrew Berry, Jim Schwartz, and the staff that they can be a decent competitive football
Yes,
team.
but what's crazy to me, and I gotta say this, I always maintain that most of the years I played in Cleveland Browns uniform, we were bad. Most of those seasons, we were a 6-win team, 6-10. It's one more game. Now, you just said out of your mouth, 5 or more, 6, and they're not bad. Like, we were winning 6 games every year. 6-10. I think one year we were 4-12, but the rest of them, 6-10. Ish, 7 here in one winning season of 10 and 6. I completely agree with you, Ryan. I am a little more biased because because I was a player and my affinity for these team and the guys. I'm thinking 6+7, and then they probably steal another, maybe. But I don't think it's never as good as they say they are, and they're never as bad as everyone thinks they are. I was looking at the players that they have, right? And I was looking at the offense. Okay, we got a quarterback battle, which means we got 5 guys. Yes, I'm going to throw Deshaun Watson in the mix. We'll talk about that a little bit. But we got a quarterback battle that we're going to have the best guy, right, for this squad. So we really shouldn't have a problem there, in my opinion. We should have a guy that's capable to run Coach Kevin Stefanski's offense. Now, I got to say, Coach Kevin Stefanski, he was a 2-time Coach of the Year candidate. No, not candidate, but recipient. The Browns' offense looks like this. Quinshawn Judkins, I think he's going to be a dog. I think we're going to have a run game with the two-head. I think it may be a two-headed monster. Njoku and Harold. I think that's going to be a hell of a passing game right there. Judy and Deontay Johnson. I don't know if Deontay can bring the type of fire that he had when he was drafted and he played with the Steelers and he had success in there. But it may, if everything goes right, it never does. But on paper, when you look at that, Ryan, and you look at our offense, we got 5 guys to choose from as a quarterback, and you got these running backs who seem like they're going to be some dogs. You got 2 guys in the slot that may be bigger and outmatch guys, Njoku, Harold. You got Judy, you got Deontay. It's not a pretty bad offense. And then when you look on the defensive side, we drafted our first pick overall, number 5. We got Mason. You got a dog for life over there in Myles Garrett. You still got a monstrous back end. You upgraded with some, I don't know, not necessarily upgraded, but you got some free agent safeties. This team doesn't look too bad. What are we hoping for? Because it's a changing of the guard as far as talent in the league. What are we kind of hoping for that we, you know what I'm saying? We're still in the hole as far as like the cap with Deshaun Watson's pay and everything. The team to me doesn't look that bad. I think we're going to shock people because we're supposed to be that bad. I think we're one of those teams that's going to be like, shh, wait and see. And everybody thinks we're going to do bad. And then they're going to shock everybody and come from nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, I think the ultimate goal for if you were to put this season together and you were to say, we need a firm goal, what do we want coming out of the season? Obviously, it's wins. But for where this Cleveland Browns team is at this stage, I think it's to find your answer on whether one of these guys on your roster right now, whether it's Pickett, and I know probably not likely, or one of these rookies is your guy. If you can get out of the season knowing that one of them is your guy for next year, or either vice versa, you know that neither of them are. Well, good thing you have 2 first-round draft picks last year. But, Josh, you're talking about the team this year. Yeah, like, you go back to the 1-31 2 years with Hugh Jackson. Like, that team was so void of talent. The same, you can't say the same for this team as bad as they've been. There's clear talent. You have Myles Garrett, you have Denzel Ward, you have Jerry Jeudy looked great. Like, will they be great? I don't know, because there's a lot to ask for. You need your rookies to be consistently good. There's going to be learning curves. You need one of these guys to come out of the woodwork in the quarterback room. You need your offensive line to stay healthy. And you need guys like Myles Garrett to continue being great. Like, that's a lot to ask for, but every good team has to ask for a lot for a season to go well. I think the want to go to the playoffs this year, to go prove everybody wrong of last year was a fluke, that's not a one-year process to me. And I think that's where you have to start, is realizing that this is going to be a longer process than just one season. And there's little maybe mini goals, I could say, that you can accomplish this season to feel great about going into next.
The reason why I think we may do well, Maria and Ryan, because last year it was too much hype around this team. Right. I think we were projected too much. And they kind of fell into their own, like, we're good. Defense was highly ranked. There was some crap last year. Offense was coming off a playoff loss, and we were supposed to do something with that, and we did nothing. One thing you didn't mention, I think Coach Kevin Stefanski will do better. He's been a head coach for some time now. I think he has his bearings on the S show, this craziness that goes on here in Cleveland. I think he'll have it more under wraps. We're going to hit people. We have no primetime games. I think we may get some by the end of the year. And I want to be able to pull this clip up and mark my words, we may get some primetime games by the end of the year. Okay.
We got to work our way up to getting some primetime games.
You don't just get them. They're not going to just fall back into your life. Let's throw the Browns a bone since they're the dogs. No, you're not. They're not going to give you a bone.
Are they going to London?
It's not about winning.
It's mandatory.
Yeah, it's our turn.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's our turn. So I also wanted to throw this scenario out, and a lot of people don't think about it. Deshaun Watson. I'm not really thinking about. I want to take it to a different scenario to where he plays in the preseason. He's previewed. He does well. He's trade bait for second and third round picks and maybe some cash. And the Browns eat the rest of that deal and kind of be over and done with him. Not saying that he doesn't have success wherever he goes or even if he's here for a little bit. I think because a lot of people saying, and I know, Ryan, you didn't want to hear that you might see him play for the Browns this year. I think his preparation is more for a trade opportunity. And the Browns will get some good stuff for him. Not the best, but they will get something for him and be able and they will pay a portion of his salary and the Browns will eat the rest. What do you think about that?
I personally don't think anybody's going to trade for Deshaun. I don't think a second or third anybody would ever trade that for Deshaun personally. And if he does play again for the Cleveland Browns, I mean, it wouldn't be till later. Like, I think they said October, but then are you really fully ready in October? And at that point, well, what are you doing? You're just that's the time where you're either decent and you keep riding out with like a Flacco or Pickett, or that's the time to figure out in these young guys whether you have something in Shedeur, Dillon Gabriel, because that's the last thing you want is going into next year, the limbo of, well, we didn't play these guys. We don't know what they have. Well, you can't do that because you have 2 first round next year. You need to know if you still need a quarterback or not. So to me, that's just pushing the answer back. Like,
do you feel like you're one of the guys about to comment on one of his posts when he's working out? Like,
no, see, I don't.
Hey guys, don't get caught up. These guys not going to play for the Browns anymore because he's making. Mary Kay came out and said, she's a friend of the show.
Absolutely.
She said the door is cracked open. They're not ruling him out. He's due about $90-something million in the next 2 years. That's like $45 a year. So they're not ruling him out, and he's training. Throwing it to Judy, throwing it to Bell. So I just, if it's not a trade and we don't see him eventually, because I said this as well, if he's playing in the end of the year, Ryan, something went wrong.
Right, I agree.
Something is not right. We got Dillon, we got Sanders, we got Flacco. I mean,
according to his injury, would he have been ready? Say we didn't draft all the QBs. Would he have been ready to start?
If he didn't get hurt again?
No. He's hurt. No, he's hurt. Coming off of his injury,
right?
Rehabbing. Would he have been ready? Trajectory
to start?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. If he didn't get re-injured,
would he be able to start?
Because he got hurt in the middle of the year.
Oh yeah. Would he have been ready by the beginning of this season?
If he didn't re-tear it?
Yeah, if he didn't re-tear it.
Oh yeah. But since he re-tore it, when would he be ready to go technically? When should he be ready to go?
When the doctor releases him. When they look at us and say...
The projection was like October.
Yeah.
I bet you he'd be playing in October.
Yeah, let's take a quick break real bit quick and get back at it.
We'll be right back.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Garage Beer. No bitterness, no frills, no IPA, just beer-flavored beer. Find local retailers who sell garage beer near you by visiting drinkgaragebeer.com.
Welcome back to the return. Yes, I was trying to ask. When is he technically supposed to be healed up?
Right.
I bet you he'd be playing.
Yeah.
And I don't think no one's gonna trade for Deshaun Watson.
I just think if it's a quarterback need and he's healthy, and they previewed him. Yeah. I mean, he's healthy. Sometimes you do things out of need, and guys get certain contracts because they need a guy. How you think Kirk Cousins been getting these big deals? It ain't because he's been showing Super Bowl talent all this long. It's because of the need. He's capable, and they have a desperate need. The Saints just lost. Carr retired. Dillon, Gabriel, whoever's the...
but you said...
Shedeur,
you said
these guys might be trade bait.
You said desperate
for a team like that.
Say we got a QB that's in there that we winning some, we losing some.
A desperate need is this.
What's a desperate need?
A desperate need is you just need a quarterback. You got running backs. You got the offensive line. You got receivers. You got a decent defense. You just need that one piece, which just happen to be the most important.
By the time that Deshaun Watson is fully healed and slated
That's
to
probably when that need will arise for some team. It may be us.
It might
Hopefully
be us.
not. Meaning that I hope we're not in such a dire need that we burn through
But say
four
we're not in
quarterbacks.
such a You're being so dramatic.
I'm
Say
talking
we're
about
not in such a
anybody, not
dire
us.
need, but we got a QB that's playing for the Browns. We got a QB that's we winning some, we losing some.
Not us.
We still put him in there to see what he can do once
no,
he's healthy.
No. I'm not us. The dire need wouldn't be us.
Oh.
I have one thing to say about this.
Mm-hmm.
Say Shador Sanders, he's playing in preseason, throws a nice touchdown pass or big game. I mean, everybody going crazy. What's the chances he gonna put up the risk?
I think it'd be 100%.
That's his
The guys
thing.
was
That's his
messing with
thing.
him a little bit, and they was putting up the risk doing the rookie picture. He was like, "Nah, man, come on,
No, he'll do
we in
it.
the NFL now, man."
No, he'll do
no.
it. Once he
You
gets in
better
his
do it.
once he
That's
gets
his-
in his bag and he's throwing
because
touchdowns,
you don't
he's gonna
think
do it.
that he's feeling like. When I was in college, I played like a college player. When now that I'm in the NFL, I'm gonna play like a pro.
You better celebrate.
Not that that's not a pro, but maybe he feels
he's
like
still
I,
young. I don't
Yeah.
expect my
He's not
20-something-year-old
that young.
quarterback
He's
to be
23.
acting like
If he
he's
comes
a
out and
35
he's really good and he starts lighting it up, he's definitely gonna let the wrist fly.
Come on, man.
okay.
Come on.
I mean, you had Manziel, right?
Yeah.
But that didn't. You
You
know,
feel
those
like
guys.
doing
It
things
ain't
like
fair.
that?
Yeah.
Is it putting a target on his back,
Yeah,
taunting?
not taunting, but more so like it's going to be expected of you. So when you don't perform, the defense. It gives inclination. It gives motivational bulletin board material to the opposition. Now the defense going to be like, oh yeah, what's about that? I picked you off
Just
3-4
'cause he
times.
flashing his wrist. That might mean I'm on fire right now. That
all
don't mean I'm gonna be on fire every game, every play.
I'm saying is, do you think that he's going to feel like I've grown from that, or are you going to have fun with it?
Have fun.
Because of the
Have fun.
noise, because of the eyes is on him. He's not his dad. He's not his dad.
Not his dad.
He doesn't. And when I say that, I mean he's not going to be wearing bright yellow suits and you know what I'm saying. Spark. I
Must
doubt
be
he's
the
not that guy.
money.
Deion Sanders did that his last game. Even when he played for the Baltimore Ravens, he came and had a yellow suit on. I was like, man, that's Deion right there to play against him. I grew up watching him.
Did you tackle Deion?
No, I'm not on defense,
Oh.
and he wasn't a returner. His returning days.
Returning, yeah.
His returning
We're
days
done
were
by the
over.
time- oh, okay.
He was playing nickel for the Baltimore Ravens and still got a pick. And still got an
Still did
interception
his
on it.
thing.
I was like, how did they do? They did that. You did that on purpose, didn't you? You just don't want to let Deion Sanders get an interception. But what I'm saying is,
I don't want Shador to hold back. Be who you are. If you
Right.
feel like flicking that wrist, it might just be, muscle memory. You might have just, zap into it.
I'm-
Enjoy it.
I
Enjoy
want to
this.
have fun if he's the starter. I want them to have success, and I want him to have fun. I think the team will have fun, the city will have fun, and get behind him.
You saying don't do it in no preseason games.
Nah, that's the only place. No, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're
That's
saying.
the only place that he could be previewed. Because let's talk about this right now. Mary Kay had said the other day, who's taking the first reps? Kenny Pickett.
Mhm.
Who's the next guy? Dylan Gabriel. And then you got Flacco and Sanders splitting 13 reps. They don't have fourth string in the NFL. You just split those third string reps,
right.
which are few, and and
When we
this
get
is
to you, when you
it's few reps. You get out of 10, you get 2. You get about 2 reps because the start, Kenny will get 4, and
But how do you
the
really
next
get
guy
into your groove. How do you really show what you can do if I'm only taking a couple of reps,
and
couple of snaps?
practice after practice
Okay,
and on air.
you're right.
Yeah, that's how that works.
I was gonna talk about Shador, but it wasn't gonna be what y'all think it's about, and y'all gotta hold tight to find out. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. Now, I want to talk about Shador Sanders. And you're probably like, oh, yeah, he just signed a $4.5 million contract with the Browns.
4.6.
Oh, $4.6 million contract with the Browns. But
4
no.
years, 4.6.
How you feel about that?
It's the
'Cause I-
standard.
And I feel like
in
they
the
still owe
most-
him $30 million.
That's standard in the most standard way. 4.6. That's
And
like
he's taking it
that's
like a
like
champ.
rookie
He's so-
minimum.
he's so
that's like
happy about
it's a
it.
little bit more than rookie minimum. That's like minimum, better minimum. Veteran minimum right now is probably like $1 million.
What should it be? What should?
It's like a minimum.
What contract should he be signing?
I mean, they save money, definitely. I get it. They save money.
He's being such a good sport about it.
No, I mean,
Still smiling, not letting him break his spirit. Don't
did you
worry,
see him
I'll
at
be
the
mad
at
for
the
you.
NFLPA day or when they was signing had their uniforms
Yeah.
on and he was trying to Cam Ward wanted to switch jersey, do a swap.
He's like, no, yeah.
He told him no. He was like, he ain't got that money like that yet.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, nah, I need my jersey. And I think Cam was alluding to, and I got to look at it again. I think Cam was alluding to like, we ain't gonna be able to do it no other time.
Wow, that's crazy.
Like, cause when we play them. We play the Tennessee Titans,
Yeah.
and Cam was like, man, you ain't gonna be on the field. He didn't say that, but it
Quit
was
being
like,
messy.
no, he didn't say that.
That's what you took from him.
We don't expect Shador Sanders to be on the field, not even dressed, when the Titans play. Yeah, that's going to be a season game. We play him like 6 weeks, 7 weeks, something like that.
I'm hopeful, but I wasn't even talking
I
about
mean,
his
I want him to
contract.
play because
Allegedly, I don't know if this story is true or not, but they're saying that he purchased a home to retire his 80-year-old high school janitor.
Who
you hear
did that?
Shador Sanders.
I don't know that.
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear that.
I
That's
didn't hear
awesome.
that.
See, that's why y'all got to be on TikTok. We have all the breaking news.
Okay. I didn't hear that at
I
all.
said, you know what? That's
That's
the type
amazing.
of players that we need in this league. And I'm sure there's several, people with means that do things like that. But that when we talk about why we love him so much and his family and the values that his father has instilled into his boys, I love to hear that.
Absolutely.
And then it led me another question. Why is the 80-year-old man still working? Why is he not retired yet? That's a whole other
It be
political
like that,
conversation we can
man.
have later.
These
Isn't that
401ks
sweet?
ain't what they used to be, man.
And
I
they
tell you.
also said, is it Don Staley?
Yeah,
They
from
said she did the same thing.
Gamecock.
Yeah, she retired someone back from her high school as
That's
well.
amazing.
So, yeah.
That's
So
amazing that you can
y'all
get
thought it was
into
gonna
a.
talk about the contract. We talked about that a little bit, but I thought
Yeah, that's
that was
amazing. I
now,
like that.
speaking of how Shador is going to celebrate, y'all know
Celebrate what?
No, you was like wondering if he's gonna put his wrist
Oh
up
yeah,
when it's
yeah,
time to
yeah.
celebrate.
Okay,
High school graduations.
okay.
I heard this on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. I'm gonna take
It
credit.
is
I'm giving them
graduation
credit for that.
time. Go ahead.
Okay, so y'all know how it's graduation time. Whether it's high school, college, you're going to attend some graduations this season, right? This is season for it. When it comes to cheering for this said grad, someone who you've taken a time out of your day to go and support, are you okay with holding your applause until the very end?
No,
Oh, that was easy.
only because I'm not cheering for everybody else. That's your kid. It's specific and special to that kid, to that child. They ask that, I believe, more in high school.
Yeah.
So they can kind of move things along. Or maybe they have a venue that they only supposed to have for another hour or something like that. But I believe, and you can look at the footage. People cheer when they're people, regardless. And they expect it. They should expect it. Come on, right?
But a lot of these ceremonies are asking people to hold their applause to the end,
No.
which I'm like, okay. Someone made a good point on the radio today. They said it's a ceremony, not a celebration. You can go celebrate afterwards at your barbecue or at the restaurant, but during a ceremony, you're supposed to conduct yourself accordingly. I look at it like this. Some people, that might be their only moment to get celebrated. They might not go on to college. They might not go on to get married. They might not go on to have a baby shower at moments where they can be celebrated. So that is their moment. When it comes to the person announcing the students,
Right.
if you hear a particular student's family still cheering, you're setting the tone.
Right.
You're setting the pace.
Don't say their name
Because I would hate for
during
my
the
child
cheer.
to be. I would hate for me to miss my child's name being called because someone's family is
Okay,
celebrating.
so the question is, should
Mm-hmm.
the cheering stop in that gap? I think there should be a certain level or length of cheer. So when my daughter graduated high school or when I went to college graduations, we're yelling in the gap. Josh Cribbs. Yeah! Go, Josh!
Yeah.
That's
some
it.
People, some people don't stop.
That's
though.
it. Stop. Because another person is being named. Don't do that. That's like bad etiquette.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Like, you will still yell, and now another person in family like, man,
I
what?
can't even hear their name.
Like, man, hey, man, I done.
So how do you feel about the students getting up there dancing?
I don't like that, man.
Twerking.
Let's keep conversation going. Let's take a commercial break and come right
we'll
back.
be right back.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Infinity. Luxury experiences for those who dare to be different. Visit infinityofbeechwood.com today.
Welcome back to the return, Josh. Trying to have a boring graduation celebration.
Ain't no boring. You just got to have that gap.
You saying they can't dance. You know the personality.
Who's the graduate?
And these administrators, you know the personality of your school.
You
As much
mean
as-
the graduate dance when they coming across the stage?
Right.
You just said it was a ceremony.
No, I said someone made a good point.
I like the video of the grad who had like summa cum
he had
laude.
all the accolades.
He had 5. He was like, and they was just
Columbia.
announcing his accolades. And
Yeah, Columbia University,
Yeah.
I believe he went to.
they should stop it and applause for that guy for something like that.
You know, administrators, you know the personality of the school who you oversee, and you know if they're gonna be acting a fool or if they're gonna, keep it nice. And because I will say this, where our daughter graduated high school from, that was a boring ceremony. I was like,
We had fat heads and all that stuff.
Personality in here.
Did we have fat
No,
heads?
not for graduation, but it was boring, and we did cheer when they called her name. I ain't holding to the end. I 12 years.
You can't get Maria to stop.
I heard the
when
Guardians have a game today. Good luck to our Guardians. We got to go, Ryan.
Yeah.
We got to go. We love y'all so much for watching. We'll see you next time on The Return with Josh and Maria Cribs. Have a wonderful
Peace.
day.